On today's video, you're going to learn how to use properties of additions to add or subtract rational numbers. Let's take a look at these two properties that you will be learning. The first one is commutative property of addition, which basically states that changing the order of the addends does not change the sum, the result. For example, 4 plus 2 is equals to 6, and also 2 plus 4 is equals to 6. As you can see, I changed the order of the atoms and I got the same answer. This is the other property that you're going to be learning. It's also very similar. Associative property of addition, which says that when we add 3 or more numbers, the sum is the same, regardless of the grouping of the atoms. For example, in between parentheses, 4 plus 2 and then plus 3, you will get 9. And also, if you do 4, but this time you put in between parentheses 3 plus 2, you will also get 9. So let's take a look at this first example. Remember that when you're subtracting rational numbers, you need to add the opposite. So let's take a look. We have 7 and 8 tenths. Now I'm going to add the opposite of positive 3 and 3 tenths. So it will be plus negative 3 and 3 tenths. Now I have another subtraction right here. So I'm going to add, remember, the opposite. In this case, will be positive 1 and 2 tenths, because that's the opposite of negative 1 and 2 tenths. This one is not subtraction, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Plus 4 and 3 tenths. Now, I am going to use the commutative property of addition. Remember that that property states that whenever you change the order of the addends, it won't change the result. It won't change the sum, okay? So I will switch the order that I have here, and I will move positive 1 and 2 tenths like to be a second term instead of a third term. So we'll move this one over here. So we'll have 7 and 8 tenths plus positive 1 and 2 tenths. Then I'm going to bring the rest of the numbers. It will be plus negative 3 and 3 tenths plus 4 and 3 tenths. You will see why I decided to do this. Because when I add 7 and 8 tenths plus 1 and 2 tenths, let me do it right here. Hold on. So I have, there you go. Don't forget to line up the decimal point. 8 plus 2 is 10. Bring down the decimal point. Now my answer is 9 wholes. You can put it just as plain 9, or you can put the decimal point and the 0. It's the same. Now I'm going to bring down the other two terms that I did not use. Plus negative 3 and 3 tenths plus positive 4 and 3 tenths. Now I'm going to work with these last two terms. As they have different signs, I need to subtract them. Remember, in subtraction, I need to put the greatest number on top. So it will be positive 4 and 3 tenths minus negative 3 and 3 tenths. Remember that I'm basically subtracting their absolute values, okay? So 3 minus 3 is 0, 4 minus 3 is 1. So I have 9 wholes plus 1 whole that is equals to positive 10. Let me show you right here. So I have 9 wholes plus 1 whole. 0 plus 0 is 0. Bring down the decimal point, and 9 plus 1 is 10. So let's take a look at this other example. Pause the video and try to do it by yourself. All right, so here I'm going to be adding and subtracting mixed numbers. The first thing that you need to remember is that whenever you see the subtraction, you need to add its opposite, all right? So in this case, I have subtraction here and also right here. So let me bring down negative 1 whole and 3/8, okay? And then I'm going to add the opposite of positive 8.5. It will be negative 8.5. Again, I have another subtraction right here, so I'm going to add its opposite. In this case, it will be positive 6 and 7/8, because that's the opposite of negative 6 and 7/8. So now I'm going to change the order. I'm going to use the commutative property of addition again, because I would like to put the mixed numbers that they have the same denominators together. So I am going to switch the order of the last two terms. I'm going to move this mixed number to this place. So it will be 6 and 7, 8 will be my second term. And then the second term will be this last term. So let's see if you understand. We have negative 3 and 8 plus 6 and 7 eighths. You see, now they have the same denominator. I'm going to bring down the other term, 8, negative 8 and a half, okay? So now, as you can see, I can work with these two mixed numbers that they have the same denominators. As they have different signs, I'm going to subtract their absolute values, okay? So, absolute value of positive 6 whole and 7 8, it is positive 6 wholes and 7 8. Now, minus the absolute value of negative 1 and 3 8, which is positive 1 and 3 8. Okay? So now I'm going to subtract these mixed numbers. So it will be 6 wholes minus 1 whole, which is equals to positive 5. Okay? Because that's the greatest absolute value. So it will be positive 5. Now, as they have the same denominators, I'm ready to subtract the numerator. 7 minus 3 is 4, and I will keep the same denominators. But hold on, you can simplify this fraction here, dividing it by 4. By 4, whatever happens in the numerator needs to happen in the denominator. So it will be 5 wholes and 1 half, okay? Now I have 5 and a half that will have the same denominator as my last term. So it'll be positive 5 and a half plus negative 8 and a half. So again, both of them have different signs. So I need to subtract their absolute values. Remember, in subtraction, I need to place the greatest absolute value first. So in this case, absolute value of negative 8 and a half is positive 8 and a half. Minus absolute value of 5 and a half, it is 5 wholes and a half, okay? So I'm going to subtract their wholes. 8 minus 5, in this case, it will be positive 3, okay? But as I am going to subtract half minus half, remember that I will get a 0. So my final answer will be 3. But hold on, the greatest absolute value is negative. So my final answer will be negative 3. Now, I would like you to pause the video and try to do this example by yourself. So again, on this exercise, I have a mix of addition and subtraction. Whenever you see subtraction, you need to rewrite it as an addition by adding its opposite, okay? So I have here one subtraction and another subtraction over here. So I'm going to bring down positive 8 and 3/10 plus the opposite of positive 10 and 1/10. It will be negative 10 and 1/10, okay? Now I'm going to add the opposite of positive 8 and 3/10. It will be negative 8 and 3/10. Now I'm going to bring down the other one, plus 12 and 2/10. Now I am going to use the commutative property of addition to switch these two order. So I can have positive 8 and 3/10 and negative 8 and 3/10 together. Remember that when you're adding its opposite, okay, to the same number, your answer will be 0. If I have positive 8 and 3, it will be 0 plus negative 8 and 3/10. But let me show you step by step so you do not get confused. So I have all my sentence written down. Now I have positive 8 and 3/10 plus negative 8 and 3/10. It will be 0. I'm going to bring down the rest of the numbers that I haven't used, okay? Now I'm ready to add these two. As they have different signs, I need to subtract their absolute value. So it will be 12 and 2/10 minus the absolute value of negative 10 and 1/10, which is positive 10 and 1/10. 2 minus 1 is 1. Bring down the decimal point. 2 minus 0 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. So my answer will be positive 2 and 1/10. It is positive because the greatest absolute value is positive. Pause this video and try this other one. All right, here I have two subtractions. Remember, you need to add its opposite to rewrite it as an addition. So it will be 1/3 plus the opposite of positive 4/5, which is negative 4/5, plus the opposite of positive 1/3, which is negative 1/3. But as you can see, I have two fractions with the same denominator. So I'm going to use the commutative property of addition, which basically says that I can switch them and I will have the same answer. So I have 1/3 plus negative 1/3 is very similar to the previous example that we did, plus negative 4/5. Remember that this is 0, but you're going to see it in a moment, plus negative 4/5. There you go. So this is equal to 0, and then I'm going to bring down negative 4/5, and that's it. My final answer, it is negative 4/5.